what I would like to do now, this is turning out to be a monster, which is the Amazon trade. This was trade of the day for me. I want to recap this trade for you guys. I want to go over what the setup was. Why was this such a high conviction trade for me? I went after this thing right off the open. We got short. The stock never went against us, not once. And you got this huge rollover. The stock just sold off the whole day. It was trade of the day for us. And I told you this on last night's live stream. On last night's live stream, if you were with me at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I go live every Sunday to give you my weekly outlook and the stocks I'm looking at. I told you on last night's live stream, my number one trade idea was Amazon short. Told you that yesterday. Then this morning, pre-market, members in chat, I said my number one trade idea today is Amazon short. And we were able to capitalize on it in a huge way. If you missed my live stream from last night, I have a 1-minute video clip that I want to play for you. This is from yesterday's live stream. This is not from right now. Let's go ahead and play that clip. I want to talk about Amazon first because I really am kind of licking my chops here to get this stock back down into the low 100s, possibly even lower. And this stock actually moved to the downside after their earnings because of a disappointing kind of guidance on cloud. And what I'm looking at, I'm going to go to the 15-minute chart. I'm going to show you guys something where you have a very obvious level of support here around 104.5. 104.5 was Friday's lows. 104.5 was also lows from the 26th, and it is also a gap entry. And it's also this previous pivot resistance here from the 25th. And you have this open unfilled gap down here that takes you to about 102.5. I am looking for Amazon to get underneath 104.50 and go and close this gap. This is going to be one of the top trade ideas that I have on watch for this week. Under 104.50, look to be short back against 105 as your stop. Ride that thing down to fill that gap down to 102.50. There you have it. Now that's last night. You heard me say short 104.50, back against 105. Look for this to fill the gap to 102.50, possibly lower. What did you hear me say? Short 104, break 104.50, short 104.50, resistance against short 104.50 against 105, and then look for us to fill the gap. And folks, that's exactly what happened here on Amazon as we went all the way down and filled the gap that we were talking about. There was the gap fill. We closed that gap where we fell right down into it, bang, closed the gap, and we got some follow through. We're still short. I'm short a small piece of this position still. Bulk profit is off the table. I'm short the stock itself. Members are in Friday's expiration, 104 strike put, and that is good for an 80% gain so far and still counting. Every time I enter a large cap trade, I understand not everybody has the account size and the capital to trade $100 or $200 stock. So whenever I get into a trade like this, I will always give you an option contract. You can follow me with the trade if you would like. I got short the stock, the actual stock itself. And then I told members, you can look, if you want to follow me on the trade, look at May 5th expiration. That's Friday's expiration, the 104 strike put. A lot of members got in around $1.50. Okay, around $1.50 was the average entry price for members. Some got $1.48, some got $1.51, about $1.50 on those put options. Those put options have been all the way to $2.72. And if we can get a little bit of a gap down tomorrow, we may see those options at $3. And that, my friends, would be a 100% gain. Now, I'm only in about 10% of my position. Okay, the bulk of this position is off the table as the trade just deteriorated all day long, and we absolutely crushed this thing. You heard the analysis that I gave you last night on the live stream. That's just me talking to you on a live stream. Imagine being in chat with myself and the rest of the professional trading moderators in the trenches every day as we are talking you through these trades. I was telling members exactly where my orders were, where I'm taking profit. So members knew exactly what the game plan was. How much of my position do I still have left, et cetera, et cetera. So everybody knows the game plan. And you're not just like left there to kind of just in the dark to kind of fend for yourself. So let's talk about the setup here, right? You heard me say 104.50. Well, why is 104.50 important? Okay, so 104.50 is the level that we were talking about, all right? Now, you heard me talk about it last night on the live stream. So 104.50 is Friday's low. So there's Friday's low, 104.50. And as we pan things back even further, okay, I want to pan things back a little bit further here. You start to see this 104.50 level. We talked about it last night on the live stream, okay? You have the closing price here from the 26th. You've got this previous little minor resistance level there from the 25th, okay? You can see this level of this 104.50. And I said, if we get underneath this level, I think this stock is going to bleed itself out. So right off the open, okay, Amazon was weak. So Amazon gaps down. This is the first candle of the day. We gapped down off the open. The markets were pushing higher. The markets were green. Mega cap tech stocks were green. Amazon is red. I'm like, this stock is weak. We're going to break this level. I jumped in. I got short this stock right off the opening bell, and we just collapsed right through 104.50. So there's the 104.50 level you heard me talk about on the live stream yesterday. You broke 104.50. And then even if you did not get the original entry, okay, the original entry with me, I entered about 2 minutes into the day. Even if you did not get the first entry with me, you heard me on the live stream last night. You break 104.50, look for the bounce back to 104.50 to get short, stops at 105, and then look to fill the gap. Well, we bounced right back up to 105.50. There's 104.50. There it is. There's the retest of 104.50. So even if you missed the first entry, you could have got the retest of 104.50, which used to be support, right? You see 104.50 was support on Friday. Now that you broke underneath it, now it's acting as resistance, and we just rolled over. I mean, look at it. We just absolutely rolled over. This was a monster trade for us, guys. And now here we are after hours sitting all the way down here at 101.40. So there's the Amazon trade, guys. And there it is, beautifully executed. I'll show you guys the take profits. We took profits off right off, when we broke 104.50. We nailed that, took more profits off. We broke the lows of the day. We took more profits off. Every time we broke new lows, we just kept taking more profits off the table. All right. Every time we broke new lows, we just kept taking more profits off the table. And I'm still in about 10% of my position. And we're just going to see if I can get maybe just a little bit more downside tomorrow. I think the markets might start tomorrow in the red. And maybe that gives us, Amazon around 101 or so. And I'll take my final position off the table down there. I'm actually thinking about taking it off right now because this really kind of is my target. But if we break 101, your next support level is 99. So I'm going to hang on to it. I'll see what happens tomorrow. You might get the 3-day rule on this, where this is a clear directional move. You might get the 3-day rule, which is when the stock has clear direction, it usually will move in that direction for about 3 days. So maybe my thoughts are maybe you get a candle that looks something like this tomorrow. And that way I can get, my final profit, off the table somewhere down here. But again, I'm already out about 90% of my position. It's a monster.